Hi, I'm Paula.
I'm David.
Welcome to David's Wealth of Knowledge. Today's topic is enshittification. David, please tell us about this.
Okay, so enshittification, a word coined by Cory Doctorow, author, activist, and a very useful word in modern times. Now, I think we are all familiar with the basic idea. Things basically getting worse on apps. You notice some things like food portions getting smaller. All these sort of things. But enshittification started with the idea of apps, but as encompasses, in fact, a large range of things. The basic idea is that things start off well. A company does something good, like for example with an app, and then once it has a base, it then starts to extract the maximum value it can out of it. Okay, to the detriment of its users and, for example, businesses that may be using the platform as well. Facebook is a very good example of this. It started off as a social network connecting, well, first to rate girls. That was the original idea behind Facebook, but then spread into a social network.
Wait, can I just say something? That is not a good thing.
Okay, so then spread out in a social network. Now, in the early days of Facebook, you'd build up your friend list, and you'd see a lot of your friends. There was very little advertising, and it was a decent place to be, because that at the time they had a lot of money coming in from investors and so on. But then at some point they needed to start making money. Okay, and this is where the process of enshittification begins. So first off, they then start getting advertisers in the case of Facebook, and they say, we now have this group of people on our website. You can come in and you can start advertising to them. And so they gladly did that. To the end user, the consumer, not a huge change. You just start seeing more ads. That's fine. Then the next step, okay, they start shrinking your, what you want to say, your natural connections. You start seeing less of your friends, and now are being forced to see ads and sponsored posts and so on. At this point, Facebook then goes, well, we now have the consumers, we have the businesses, and we can now start squeezing. Okay?
Charlie.
Okay. And what they can do is they then start telling the businesses, well, we can have these people, they're all stuck on here. They don't want to leave, which is one of the problems. Okay, the high cost of leaving the website, for example, like Facebook, with all your friends, and so you're stuck there, and things start getting worse and worse and worse, until such point you barely see anything from your friends, for example, and just ads and sponsored posts and garbage. Okay, it's happened to Facebook. It's happened to Twitter, especially under Elon Musk. It's happened to websites. You just look at any sort of good websites that used to exist, and now they're basically covered with ads. It's happened to things like Spotify. But also happened in the real world. We know about things like sizes of products, like I mentioned, getting worse and worse and worse. Costs going up. A good example that I can think of recently. Now, worldwide there was a shortage of cocoa, which you may have noticed with prices going up. To counteract that, companies started changing formulas for chocolates so they could make them out of cheaper products. Okay. Now, cocoa prices have come down, but do you think the sizes the bars might go back up or they might revert back to the original formulas? No, because it's more profitable to a company to keep the new, cheaper products. Okay, so at the base of this is the whole idea of profit for profit's sake, and that is a whole other thing. Okay, which I can go on about, which I might another day.
Yeah.
But enshittification is something that we see on a daily basis, unfortunately, and there's very little that to do other than say, I won't partake of this website, this product anymore. But it's a battle that's difficult to win. Just one more example I just remembered is products like appliances. If you had an appliance built in the 60s, 70s, it would probably still be working nowadays. Okay? And if it did break down, you could get parts to repair it. Nowadays, appliances are built so that they're almost impossible to fix. Okay? And parts for them are almost impossible to find. And so if something breaks down, you have to buy a whole new appliance. So that is another case where products are basically getting worse. Yeah, anyway. So it's a long story, and it's a thing that is happening everywhere. We can just look around and you'll see it. From your car to appliances, your websites, all sorts of different things. And yeah, so you'll see it every day. And you'll just be aware of it, and you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed what's happening out there. Yeah. So anyway, that's it from me. And there's more to talk about this general thing. But yeah, next time we can talk about more about it.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.